Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Adrian. My friends call me Paco. Welcome to my channel. I am brand new to this video posting making, so bear with me. First thing I want to say is thank you for taking the time to listen to my video. Second thing, is that I don't tolerate hate or bullshit on this. Like, if you have negative comments that you want to share, like, keep them to yourself. It takes a lot of guts to share your life with the world and put your opinions and, you know, different feelings out there. So we're not going to deal with any negativity. And like, I'm not about that, and I'm not about spreading hate. So we're going to square up if we have, you know, people leaving bullshit comments. I'm just saying, like, please don't. Like, it's just don't, people. Like, don't be a dick. Like, that's my motto. It's just like, don't be a dick. Cool? We're cool. All right. So this is why I want to share my journey, all right? When I was looking into weight loss surgery options, I went on YouTube, of course, go online, Google, blah, blah, blah. And like, I'm looking for someone like me, right? I'm looking for someone in the LGBTQ plus community to share their story with me. I didn't find that. I found a lot of like Midwestern moms with kids, and you know, their life is just in a rut because they're focused on the kids, different things. I didn't relate to that, right? Like, nothing against that, like absolutely nothing against that, but it just didn't relate to me, and it wasn't what I was looking for. So I'm like, if I can't find this out there, that means other people can't find it. So maybe I'll start something. I will share my story with you. Maybe other people like me will see this and be like, oh yeah, that's what I was, oh man, my hair is long. That's what I was looking for. So here's my story. I am 39 years old. On the cusp of 40 is scary, y'all. I am originally from New Mexico. I now live in the Pacific Northwest. I come from a Latin Mexican American family, and I say that loosely because I've seen my DNA, and it's a little bit of indigenous Mexican, Spanish, Basque, a lot of things, right? So I don't really want to categorize myself in a specific thing, but I grew up mostly with Mexican American culture. And for any of you who know New Mexico or New Mexicans, you know we have the best food, and it's its own cuisine. It's not Mexican food. It's not Tex-Mex. It is New Mexican food. And if you don't order your huevos rancheros Christmas style, we should talk, because you should order them that way. And with a lot of Latin cultures or Hispanic cultures, Mexican cultures, food is a love language. The first thing people ask you when you walk into their house is like, hi, how are you? Have you eaten? Are you hungry? What can I get you to eat? So you build this association with food of comfort, and people are going to take care of me, and you have like parties with food and people are having a good time. So it's a great association, and it reminds you of home, and it makes you feel good. So like, there's that connection to food, right? I have not always been overweight my entire life. I have fluctuated in weight several times over my life. I was a very active kid, played a lot of sports. I still play sports. I want to engage more in sports and activities. That's really one of the biggest reasons I want to go through this journey. So I just had this comfort with food. I never was really one to like secretly go through the drive-through and have several meals that I didn't tell anybody about. Just things that some people struggle with. I wasn't one of those, and I was fortunate not to be one of those, right? And it is a struggle, and there's no shame in it, and I don't want anybody to feel bad if that's you. Like, you're doing you, and we don't all make the best choices. But I'm just saying that's not how I gained my weight. That's not how it worked out for me. So for me, it was a lot of bad choices and a lot of overeating. And then when I got to the point where I was recognizing that I was overeating, it was kind of too late. So I had already gained weight. At my highest was probably end of 2009 going into 2010. I was at my highest weight, and that like jump in weight for me was really triggered by depression. I lost my father at the end of 2009, so it was a really hard time for me. I was going through some things personally, so out of everything happening, when I felt like I was going through life like a robot, food was what I could control. And it's the few times during the day where I felt a little better. So I wasn't making the best choices with food. And it sucks because I know better. I know about anatomy. I know about health and fitness. I've studied a lot of that. So it kind of turns into this vicious cycle of, you should be doing better, you know what your body needs, you know this stuff, but you're not doing it, and then you feel shitty about yourself for not doing it, so then you eat more to try to make yourself feel better. It's just literally this vicious fucking cycle that you just go through. So with all the chaos, like, that was what I could control. So there got to a point where I lost some weight. I made some changes in my life and I lost some weight. I was feeling better about myself. Great. But I didn't take care of my mental health. So that short period of time where I lost the weight, it started to fade. I started to gain the weight back. Why? Because I didn't address my mental health. I got a lot of baggage, y'all. I got a lot of shit that I still need to unpack. Like, stuff's been packed away for a long time, but I had to do it when I was ready to do it. I suffered because I didn't unpack sooner. And there's still shit buried in that damn suitcase that's probably not going to come out for a long ass time. But that's okay. Because I got to the point where it was like, something's got to change. And I have a wonderful support system and a fantastic wife who was like, maybe you should do something, right? So I did. I made an appointment with my doctor, and I was like, look, this is what I'm going through. They're like, okay, start from day one. Explain to me, okay, you were born, what happened? By the end of that conversation, that doctor was like, I'm so sorry you had a traumatic life. What? I didn't realize it. Doesn't matter. Part of the baggage that has been unpacked and needs to be unpacked. But once I decided to make that move to get help for my mental health, I found the motivation to do something about my weight. Like, I suffer with depression and anxiety, and I had gone undiagnosed for most of my life. I have ADHD. Who knew? I'm sure a lot of people could tell you they knew, but cool. I got that shit under control. Once I started feeling better, it was like, yeah, I can make a change. I can do something. But here I'm at that point, 38 years old, and like, I have all this weight on me. Take my fat ass to the gym. Okay, I can't work out like I used to. My knees hurt, my back hurts, right? Like, I'm at the age where getting out of bed, I throw my back out. So I gotta be careful. And I have to remember I can't just jump on the things like I used to. And I love to work out, I really do. Like, but what kept me from it? I was fucking fat. Like, I'm still fat. So it's like, I wanna do those things. So get your mental health checked. Make sure you're at the point where you are ready to make that change. So I did. Cool. I'm at a place with my medications where it was like, yep, I'm good to go. And it's gonna be lifelong for me. That's okay. So then I was like, okay, now I'm ready to do something about my weight. I made an appointment with my doctor and I was like, look, I'm tired of being fat. I need help, because all the diets, keto, Whole30, I don't know, I didn't do Weight Watchers, I didn't want to count points, intermittent fasting, calorie deficient, like, it's not working, or it doesn't last, right? Like, excuse me. So I need help. My doctor's like, okay, we can help you. Like, we have this great weight loss clinic. Shout out to UW Medicine, who's fantastic. Any procedure, anything I've ever had done with them, they're fantastic. So if you have the ability to use UW Medical Center for your medical needs, I highly recommend them. But that's just my opinion. We have this great weight loss clinic. We'll set you up. And this weight loss clinic, like, they have this down. They have this routine down. Like, you meet with the doctor. You come to find out, because of my insurance, I had to go through 6 months of medically supervised weight loss program before they would even consider surgery, which was great because I was going into this not knowing if I wanted to have surgery. Wasn't even really considering it. Like, I just wanted help losing weight. So great, I have 6 months to try these other things. So I met with the doctor and she was like, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to try? Like, tell me like where you're at. Cool. We had a great conversation. It was like, she was like, I think, medication will help you. So look, I was lucky and my insurance approved Ozempic, which is typically prescribed to people who have diabetes. I am not a diabetic yet. If I keep letting myself go, I probably will be. But they were also trying to get this drug approved to be able to prescribe for weight loss, because that is one of the great side effects. It makes you not hungry and it kind of slows down the digestion process. So it takes you longer before you're hungry. So I started on that. It's a one time a week injection, where the dose gradually increases weekly, which is great. It doesn't hurt, easy to do. So I started that. I'm like, yeah, why not? Because just like changing my food for a little bit and trying to exercise is not working. So cool, I get this medication, I start this medication, but they also set you up with a social worker who's going to meet with you and ask you questions to make sure that you are mentally at a place where you can do this, to make sure that you have a support system, and to answer any questions you might have about this journey or the process. And then you get to meet with a nutritionist. You get to meet with a nutritionist one-on-one and talk about what your diet has been like, what your eating habits have been like. And here's the thing, like, be honest with them, because they're not there to judge you. They've seen people, in all different spectrums of this weight loss and obesity journey. Like, they're not there to judge you. Like, just be honest with them, because that's the only way they're going to be able to best help you. So I talked to this nutritionist one-on-one. She provided a class, Zoom, because COVID, for people to join. And it's like, you learn about your portions, and you learn like different things that are going to help you, and you're just going to learn a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I knew, but I just wasn't implementing it. And I think like being part of a program helped me hold myself accountable for the things that I was doing, because I knew I was going to have to answer to them. Like, and these people are great. Like, you know, some people you just don't want to disappoint, and like these people are some of those people, because they're definitely like, once you're in the program, like they are your cheerleaders and they're on your team, and they just have positive things for you. So it's fantastic to have that feedback. There's going to be a lot of things that go into it. I had to have different procedures done. Like when I finally decided I'm going to have weight loss surgery, hadn't decided which type yet, but yeah, I want to go through surgery. Because I look at it as like a tool, right? Like I still have to be an active participant in what's going on in order to continue to lose weight and be successful. But I needed extra help. And as I've gotten older, I definitely needed extra help because I'm not metabolizing things like I was before. So decided to have surgery. Tests. You're gonna have to probably get an endoscopy done where they go and look down your esophagus and into your stomach just to make sure, you know, everything's all good. I had to have a pH test where they test the amount of acid in my stomach to see if my stomach's overproducing acid. I had to do swallow tests to make sure my esophagus was working. That pH test fucking sucks. I'm just gonna tell you all that right now. It sucks. That tube goes up your nose, down your throat, into your stomach for 24 hours. It records the amount of acid it reads. Like, you have to eat with that thing in there. You have to sleep with it. It's terrible. It is terrible. I don't know if you're gonna have to go through that, but I did, and it's terrible. I actually had 2 endoscopies done, just to make sure that everything was okay. And, you know, blood work, right? That gets done. So I decided to have the gastric sleeve. And that's just what I was most comfortable with. Like, the doctor was okay with me, like, whatever I wanted to do, as long as it worked and the test came out okay. Like, if you have a lot of acid reflux, like, the sleeve is not going to be for you, because you have an increased chance of more acid reflux if you get the gastric sleeve. If you get the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass, you won't have an acid reflux problem because they bypass your stomach. So that might be why your doctor's only telling you, like, this is the type of surgery we have for you. So I fall into the category where I could have either. For me, it just makes more sense. Like, the way I processed it was, like, my stomach is there for a reason. I don't know the long-term effects of you're leaving that organ in my body, and I don't know what's gonna happen down the road with my stomach just laying there like, right? Like, just hanging out. Like, what is that gonna do later for me? And like, I don't really want you to reroute my plumbing, if that makes sense. Like, leave it intact, just like make it smaller, right? Like, so that's my thinking and my opinion. Like, it doesn't make sense to everybody, but it made sense to me, right? So I'm 11 days out from surgery. I'm a little nervous. I'm anxious. I am comfortable though. Like, I have all the information I need from the doctors. I know what I have to do. 3 weeks out from surgery, I had to start a liver shrinking diet, and that's mostly because you want to shrink your liver so the doctor has more room to work in your abdominal cavity while they're working on your stomach. That sucks too. It's like roughly 800 calories And it's like that whole old school like Slim Fast, like just a shake for breakfast and a shake for lunch and a sensible dinner. It's like that. And you can eat like sugar-free Jello and broth and tea, like no caffeine. And for me, being like a coffee lover and like needing coffee every morning, not needing coffee, but it's kind of just part of my routine. I can't have caffeine right now. Like, I can't have a morning coffee, y'all. Like, that's not easy. But it's been okay, and like I've gotten used to it. It's like your meal is like 3 ounces of protein and some vegetables. You get used to it. You're not hungry. But it still kind of sucks. But it's only temporary. That's a good thing. It's only temporary, because after that, when I have the surgery, I'm gonna have to be on a specific diet too while my stomach heals. And then eventually I'm gonna get to go back to eating regular food. I need to make better choices, but it's only gonna be temporary. So I hope this has helped some of y'all. I will continue to post these videos. I hope you come back and find out what happens. I will post another video pre-surgery, and then I'll keep you updated after. Like, hopefully this helps. Hopefully there's somebody out there like me who is looking for someone like me to relate to understand. If you have questions, hit me up. I will do what I can to answer them. And yeah, like, build your community. If you don't have that community of support, reach out and build it. People all over the world like want to help. Like, that's a common thread through most of us, is like we want to help people. I just hope this helps somebody. So I've talked long enough. Bye.